Hello Scrappy Names fans, welcome back to another process video for you. I have a Project Life, bit of find your stash kind of video for you today, layout for you today. As you can see, here we go, jumping straight into the layout. I have already pre-cut down my photos and worked out where they were going, so save you the time of watching all of that. Oh, maybe this isn't a find your stash. No, it doesn't look like it because these are new papers. I could have marked that wrong. Anyway. So this one is of my daughter, or for my daughter's album, and it's also got my stepdaughter in it as well, of having a bit of a bake-up. In my house generally every fortnight, I like to cook all the kids' sort of school treats, and sometimes the kids like to help tag along and do them as well. So my little 3-year-old, which is now 4, but 3 when this video was done, or these photos were taken, is helping there, you can see, with the hat on and whatnot, and the bottom photo is just with some school friends. Alright, so just cutting down some of my papers here to create this card. So I do use, this one is I think a crepe paper one, Cute Girl. Some of the others you can see out of the frame there off the side of my mat is from the Wild at Heart Cocoa Vanilla range. So yeah, just gluing that photo down and creating a 4x6 card, just using the pattern paper. Nice and easy. I can't remember if I somewhat pre-planned what I was going to do. I think I may have a little bit, potentially. Yeah, because this wood one is stashed away, so maybe that's a bit of a find your stash. That's why, because some of these pieces are not from any sort of current kits or kits from the last however long. I think that wood veneer piece actually came from a little pack that came in one from the reject shop a bit long ago when they first brought out some of their good scrapbooking stuff. So yeah. Alright, so what you can see here, I'm just doing I guess you could call this my title card. So just called Hello Mini Chef, because that's what she is, my little mini master chef. She loves getting in the kitchen and cooking. So yeah, that day she decided to put her cooking apron on and a dress-up hat, chef hat that we have stashed away. Bless her. Now these gold thickers are just American Craft thickers. It came in one of my Kitaholic kits, I think from March. So they worked in really well. So yes, that's my title card done and dusted, I think. Debating whether or not to use the gelato and colour in my wood veneer piece there. So I think I leave it, but then I think I actually come back to it at the end and colour it in, I think. Stay tuned. Alright, so just trying to pop on this little paper clip, sorry. Oh my god, tongue-tied tonight. Sorry guys, it's been a very busy day. So yeah, I do try and pop that on. I don't know if do I keep it on? I'm not sure. I'm not really good with these clips. I brought them because from Big W, I think from a while ago again. They've been sitting in my little stash of them for the last, for however long, and I very rarely use them. And I want to use them, but I'm not sure how to use them as such, if that makes sense. I know they're a paper clip, but I just can't seem to find the right way to get them onto a layout or a spread. So I can't remember, did I keep that on there? I must have kept it up in the top corner. Again, I'm doing a process video without the layout sitting next to me, so that's not always great. Alright, so fiddle around with this top card. Again, I don't know if I do. I leave that. I think I come back to it and just work on the filler cards. I think I decided to go title card, filler cards, photo pieces. So again, using the pattern paper here from the Wild at Heart and that crepe paper piece as well there with the words on it. It just says things like cutest and sisters and adorable, and being that, you know, also has her sister, her older stepsister in there, or half sister, whatever. I thought this was perfect, and she's so cute and adorable. Alright, so just popping all that in there. Cutting it all down to size. I think I may have had to have a bit of a fight with it, measuring it out. Didn't always go according to plan. So, yep, this lovely watercolour blue piece also goes in there as a filler card. Yep. So you can use pattern paper. You don't always have to have journal cards or, you know, your Project Life cards to make, you know, your Project Life spreads and things like that. You can, I just use pattern paper sometimes. Sometimes I don't find the right journal card, or, you know, for this in particular, these papers I've had for my March kit as well as some I brought from my Scrapping Clearly haul. And I just wanted to use them because I really do love them. And yeah, so I just, making my cards out of them that way. So this wooden veneer piece, there's a pack you would have probably just seen there from Kaiser Craft. And I brought them randomly because I knew I would end up, and this is going back a while again, they've been sitting in my stash with my wood veneers for a while, because I knew I would do one. You know, my kids love baking and cooking and all that sort of stuff, so I knew I would probably do a layout eventually of that. So yeah, here they are coming in handy. Just use a nice little greeny coloured gelato just to colour that in, basically, to tie it into the other pieces. Just going through my little dish there, just to find some pieces from my my March kit to see what I can use to, you know, pop out that filler card a little bit. You know, I didn't want to take away from the writing on it because the writing was the main reason, like the little phrases that are on there were the main reason I chose to use that paper as a filler card. As I said before, it's got some really nice little words on it, so I didn't want to cover it in too much. So yeah, I just use a little piece that I think it says today, and then I just put some journaling on that little tag down the bottom, just because the photos mainly have the same sort of baking day, but as I said, that the one at the bottom, the 4x6 at the bottom, is with my daughter and a few of her, I do family daycare, so her school friends, when we do some cooking. We get our aprons on and do some lovely cooking work in the kitchen. So just, yeah, placing those things down to make that card. And that's that. As I said, very simple. Didn't want to take away from the writing in the background. Also liked the wood veneer piece on it, so I just wanted to keep it at that. Oh, there you go. Look, I chuck in some Kaiser rhinestones. I like these rhinestones now. I've got the hang of using them, or where to place them, I guess. I like the bling. It just adds a little bit something different. There you go. Oh, gosh, aren't I good? I remember to show you that card up close. I'm trying to remember to do that when I'm doing my Project Life videos. I don't always remember. Sometimes I just get in the hang of what I'm doing and I'm just going with the flow. Now, this is also something from an ephemera pack I've had. I think it's something like the Reject Shop, to be honest. I don't think it's anything too fancy. I picked this one because, again, my daughter she actually loves flamingos, one of her things. So I had to use this one. And when I was rummaging through my stash of what to use, and pull some pieces out of things that I don't generally use, I wanted this one. So whilst it's not a, you know, flamingo-y kind of themed layout or spread, I just wanted to use it, I think. And it actually all tied in really well. The colours were the main thing I went for in this, more than an overarching theme of things. So take out the journaling there, so it's all filled in, and I am just finishing it off. And again, I think this piece came in the printables for March in the Kidaholic Kids, and I think it says this is how we roll, I think. Oh, hang on, am I going to show you? No, it says spreading the love. That makes sense. Spreading the love, you know, spreading, icing, you know, all that sort of cooking, baking lingo. So I sort of went with that. Now, I brought these hearts online. Again, when did I get them? Maybe 12 months ago, and I haven't really used them. So again, it was, as I said, this video actually was kind of like a find your stash type one. So I decided I wanted to use them, and I thought, right, I'm going to pull them out and I'm going to give it a go. I love them. I brought them on, where did I buy them from? Blitsy or scrapbook.com or something, like over an American one, and yeah, and I barely touched them. So you know how you can get as a bit of a crafter. Oh look, these are the phase, these are the things we like, so we're going to get them, and then we don't always use them. So as you can see, that heart one there that I just pushed out of the way, that you can see just off to the side there, it barely has been used. Isn't that bad? Oops. Well, now it's in my stash. Now it's in the video. There we go. Alright, making another 4x6 filler card here. Yeah. So I was a bit cautious about the whole too much floral here, and wanted to make sure that, yeah, it just didn't clash. I really wanted to use that piece, that ephemera piece there. But yeah, I wasn't too sure, as you can see, sort of thinking, what am I going to do? Does this work? Does it not work? I think I actually leave it there, and I think the reason for that is this: if you have a look at the card itself, or the paper itself, there really isn't that sort of kind of soft pink. It's a very dark pink, and then there's blues and, you know, sort of that. So I figured it didn't clash. When you actually can see it up close, it just sort of doesn't, yeah, it doesn't, you know, clash or, you know, sort of drift away into the card itself. So yeah, worked out well. And even better, it looks like I'm going to prop it up onto some foam here. So this is what happens when you do videos, edit them, and then you don't do a voiceover for them for, you know, this was done probably a good 2 weeks or so ago. I haven't done much scrapping of late. So yes, so these videos have been sitting here waiting. So just, yeah, fussing around there to get that foam right so you don't see any of the purple poking out. Oh, look at that. Changed my mind. See, keep you on your toes, guys. Didn't use foam tape, the foam backing. I used foam tape instead. And again, this is another little piece that I think I got in a mixed bag of things from someone off a Project Life garage sale site on Facebook. And I think it says, well, be kind, work hard or something. Look, thinking, look, those fingers are tapping away. I'm not very happy. Got to add something. What's it going to be? Oh, there we go. I think I add a word phrase piece here. Do I? Yep, I do. All right. Let's see what it says. Do I show you now? Or do I keep you guessing? Oh, I'll give you a bit of a quick look. Probably a bit too quick, isn't it? To remember that. Trying to find all new bits and pieces and tricks and things when I do my videos, so that you guys are getting the best I can do. Alright, so this sort of strip is blue with some nice little white butterflies on them. Came as a printable in the March kits. When I refer to kits, I only get the Kitaholic kits, so that's what I'm referring to. Yeah, so we usually on the printables get a couple of strips of it's this, which is like a fake faux washi kind of look. So they've done that with there, and this photo is just of my daughter and some school friends. As I said, I do family daycare. She's obviously with me, and then we have, yeah, my kids that I care for. So this wooden veneer piece came with that other rolling pin one that you saw on the other filler card I did. So again, I've just used the greeny coloured gelato to colour that in, just to give it a bit more pop on the photo itself. And yeah, so adding a phrase piece there. Oh, there you go. I'm going to use the other half of that flamingo card you saw me use on the filler card, the little 3x4 filler card just before. And I'm just going to journal on that. Oh look, make you sit through this. Just kidding, guys. How have we all been? I hope we've all been doing well. or as close to well as possible. We've had apart from having daylight saving change, which kind of stuffed me up a little bit, we've had a quick cold snap here in Canberra, so it's been quite cool the last few days, which is unusual because usually I don't think it gets this cold this quickly, or this early I should say. Usually it's later in April where we get the cold snap, but anyway. So this week I have been very busy with my little miss there, her birthday. She was 4 on Monday, and she so far has had 3 cakes, and she has a birthday party still to have on Saturday with all her friends, so that would be 4 birthday cakes. So yes, she's had 2 sets of cupcakes, one for daycare, one for preschool, and then she had ice cream cake with us on Monday night. So yes, it's been very hectic, and today my mum and I have been very busy baking up cakes and biscuits and whatnot while I've been in the midst of working and whatever. So yeah, it's busy. So I think I've been a little bit MIA more than I had anticipated, because the last few nights, I think I did a layout last night and that was it. And I haven't done any scrapbooking. I don't think I even got any done over the weekend. Like, I miss my desk. But I thought I'm going to get these voiceovers done so I can upload some videos for you in the next few days. So I have this one. I have another one that's edited that just needs a voiceover, which I might try, and if I get time I'll do tonight. And then I have another one for my first design team role for Use Your Stuff. So I've got to edit that one and then voice over it. So it probably will be done maybe over the weekend. Probably not until Sunday, I'd say. Tomorrow is Friday here, and then Saturday is my daughter's birthday, and yeah, so it's a bit busy. We'll see how we go. Oh look, see, told you I came back to that wood veneer on the title card and coloured it in. Couldn't help myself. It's my new thing, I think, with wood veneer. When I use it, my gelatos, I've discovered the whole little smooshing, rubbing technique with my finger. So yes. So just adding some finishing touches to this title card. I did finish off that other photos as well. Sorry, I was babbling away. Yeah, so just adding the finishing touches here. And I will give you a close-up of my spread in just a second. So I hope you've liked this and me babbling on a little bit and whatnot. And if you have, please give me a like, a bit of a thumbs up, leave me a comment if you've got any questions or anything like that. And don't forget to subscribe and keep an eye out again for another video. It either got with this one as well, but no, probably not, takes forever to upload. Anyway, hope you enjoyed my spread, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time. Bye.